excited because we have a guest today. Confetti. Ooh. Okay, the excitement is there. You can feel when the excitement is really at, Well, welcome back, guys, to another episode of My Texas. Today we have a special guest. Faith, introduce yourself.
Yeah.
This is Faith.
Hello.
Faith, introduce yourself. Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Faith. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is
Anyway.
this is why we should scrap her from this.
This is
Wow, I see
Why?
that now. Okay. But yeah, it's so nice to be here. I'm glad. Thank you for inviting me. My
we're
Tech
happy to
sisters.
have you. We're happy to have you.
Is
Run
that
us
my
our
Tech
check. Run us our check. We don't do free.
Don't do free things.
Wow.
Yeah, pay us.
But yeah.
Anyways, guys, so we came to see Faith. Doing, I don't know, girls trip.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, so we're like, you know what? We've been talking about Faith. How about Faith talks about her?
Yeah, let's
You
talk
get what
about
I mean?
herself.
Like,
Pass the mic to Faith.
Wow. Okay.
Mic checks it.
yeah. So today we're just going to honestly yap for the most part. Just talk about, obviously talk about Faith, talk about where she's at, talk about like new developments in her life, all of the things. So yeah.
Talking about starting over and things like that.
Yes.
So for context, Faith has recently moved to a new city and is, she's doing big girl things. She's living her best life, all of that stuff.
Oh,
And
stuff.
And I think it would be a good conversation for us to have about starting over. Like she moved recently, but we moved 2 years ago now, and how that has been like, and how starting afresh or starting over has felt like in different contexts. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're speaking about today.
Okay,
So
tell us.
what's it been like for you?
Mhm.
I mean, moving here to another city by myself has been really good. I wouldn't say all rosy, definitely not, but it has been a much needed transition in this period of my life. So I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened the time it happened as well. And yeah, I'm actually excited that I got to meet people, obviously. But like I said, it's not all rosy. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and yeah. But yeah,
You're here. Yay!
yay!
You did it. Kudos. Because I think moving in adulthood is hard, especially because you've probably spent so many years of your formative years, if you will, building a community. And then now you have to like uproot yourself from that and be like, bye guys. So I think it's really hard just because you're kind of more set in your ways. You're kind of you've already found your people.
Yeah.
Like, you're not trying to explain yourself again to anybody. Like, I feel like there's a level of audacity that hits you when you become an adult. It's just like, so it's like, you're like that. Then now you now move. Hey, God, you have to be childlike again. So I think, no, it's kudos, honestly, to
So what
people
has
moving.
been the most challenging part of it?
Yes.
The loneliness, guys. It can be lonely, especially if cases. No, you're reminding me that I'm so lonely. And the loneliness, that it doesn't really necessarily mean like, oh, you don't have people around you and all that, but like there are moments where you're like, man, I actually did this. I moved from the people that I'm so used to, the community I'm so used to now starting over and be like, okay, I'm all alone. It's not like I never used to stay by myself. I stayed by myself and all, but then now it's like a new city. I just can't call someone and be like, hey, let's go out for wings, or let's do this, or let's go out shopping.
I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, it's not And obviously, you people left me for 2 years. It's not like I could do that with
Why
you
do I
anyway.
sense a
But
bit of,
let's just continue.
I
anyway.
sense a bit of hostility
That's
over
not
here.
why we're here.
Like, what is the issue?
jokes. But yeah, so there's that part of, yes, feeling like, you don't really have the people that you're used to. Another challenging thing, honestly, I feel like the city that I moved to is just weather, like the weather is still the same, like
Nothing really.
Not
nothing has
changed.
changed. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that
So
part,
no culture
and
shock.
no culture shock because I've been in
Oh, okay.
Canada for the past.
No. But is there culture shock from, because it was different? It's different provinces, right? So are there things that they used to do in Manitoba but they don't do in
Honestly,
Ontario?
nothing really.
Oh,
To be honest,
must
I
be
don't. I don't
nice.
see any difference. As like, I honestly thought, oh, because this city, people say it's expensive. People say, oh, you can't really. But me, honest, thank
Doing
God,
good.
I didn't experience
Thank
such.
God.
love it.
So we
love
thank
it.
the Lords, and yeah, yeah. Honestly, I can't think of anything else. I'm glad that I
That you
did
moved.
the move. Yeah.
So how was moving for you when you did it 2 years ago? Veteran.
It was good. I mean, I was excited that it happened. It was good. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think back. The community part, of course, is there. Like, I lived in Winnipeg for a long time, so I had a schedule, if I can call it that. Like I had my people, and I had like, oh, I can do this or I can do that. Me and Faith were neighbors, for instance. I could be like, oh, let's go for a walk, or oh, let's go do this, and not having that was a bit of a change. But I think I felt that a bit later.
on.
Yeah, and initially it was just kind of getting used to
New
being in
place.
a new place. I struggled with not knowing places. I don't like to drive, and so driving plus not knowing where I'm going was even worse. I didn't like that. Getting used to driving on the highway.
Yeah.
Because
That one, that is culture shock right there.
that was
is
a bit of
culture
a
shock.
struggle for me. It took a couple of months actually before I could be comfortable on the highway. Actually, I remember the first we moved in October. In December, I had to go drop off my husband at the airport, and then so I had to come back, and I was on the highway, and then my Google Map thing
Redirected you?
No, my CarPlay disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark. I'm already freaking
Stressed,
out about driving on the highway,
Yeah.
and then the thing disconnected and it wouldn't connect. I was like, I'm just going to keep driving down this road.
Please.
Honestly,
the whole highway, so you just
I'm
go
just
straight.
like, wherever we get to, we get to.
Because you
And
would
let me
have
find
exits.
Yes, let me
Oh,
find
okay, okay,
a
like
place
the
somewhere I
exit.
can
Okay.
exit and
Oh,
park
I see.
and
then
try to
check,
figure out
yes,
where I'm
yeah,
going. By the grace of God, it reconnected like a few
God.
minutes after. I'm like, oh, thank the Lord, because I was really freaking out. Like, what the heck is going on here? But yeah, I would have found myself in, I don't know, wherever it ended.
You would have gone there. Then you now start from there. Now
and then try
back
to figure it out. Yeah, because I was really freaked out. But yeah, so there was that. There's a little bit of loneliness, but I don't think I felt it as much as probably maybe you would be feeling it, because I also moved with my husband, so at least I had someone. But yeah, it was good.
That's good. That's good. For me, it was needed for sure, because let's go. And then obviously just being in a different space of life, like when we first went to Winnipeg, I guess we went for school. You're starting out, all of that. Now we're in different places of life. You're done school, you're working, married, whatever. the cases, and it's just like, okay, you just need newness, like something different from what it had been. So it was a very much needed what's it called, need yeah,
I need a
much needed
move.
move, yeah. Because I feel like sometimes, like, being in your comfort zone, even when your circumstance or your situation changes, you're not fully aware that there are certain aspects of your life that also needs to change, because you're already comfortable,
Yeah.
and then now something new has happened to you, but you still continue doing things as if
You don't see
there's
it.
no new. Yeah, so I think going somewhere new helped to be like, oh, okay, wait, I'm actually married. Just an example, guys.
So
like
the
for
man
me,
inside your house
Yeah.
did not remind you that
he
you're
reminded, but like, you know how you're married, but it's like you're doing as if you're single. Like, and then now you're in this random place, only two of you. Hello. We have to now sit together and be married.
The
you
renewal
know?
of the mind.
Yeah, so I think for me that was like the biggest, like, takeaway from the move for me, is like, okay, I was in a completely different place in my life, and that move helped me to fully understand the different place that I was in, right? There were great culture shocks, like taxes, for example. My God. Like,
Wait, in a good
great,
way.
yeah,
Oh,
because our
okay.
taxes are like
Oh, you mean
5%,
like
right?
the day-to-day taxes, not
Yes.
filing your taxes.
You know what? Hey! Guys. So we moved in November.
Please
Let me
tell
tell you
us.
why this thing was painful. So we moved in November. The next year, March, April, we file our tax. In Manitoba, you can file rental tax. Now tell me why I moved at the end of November and could not file January to November tax.
Sorry.
Because in Alberta,
that's not a thing.
that's not a thing.
Sorry.
That thing really, I was like, I remember talking to like a tax person I was talking, I was like, wait, can we not say when? like
Can't.
like when Manitoba, like, no, because by December 31st, where were you? I said, my God.
You should have moved January 1st.
I was like, my God. So that one shocked me, because I was like, Jesus Christ, all that money. And then because the thing was, it was different, because like, when you're living by yourself or when you're single, like maybe rent is cheaper. Now rent was more expensive. Like, we need this money more. I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
so I was just like, oh God. But yeah, but you know what? I want to say that they compensated me by making the regular tax 5%. I don't know. I feel like
Thank you.
I think I think so. But then I found out that our income tax is higher. I found that out a couple weeks ago. I was like, wow, thanks, Alberta. Like, you know what? You give me one, you take one. Like,
you didn't think
Like,
your move.
sorry.
Maybe you should have moved somewhere else.
Actually, it's the opposite here in Ontario. It's cheaper.
Nice.
It's not cheaper, but the
But
income
it's
tax is
better,
not as
high.
as high as Manitoba and Alberta.
So, but that was it. And then obviously we talked about community. I was very lonely when I first moved here, and it was not for lack of people, but all the people I have around me are all the same.
Say it with your chest.
All of them.
I mean,
Like, starting from my husband so like, no, it's all of them. They're all the same. And funny enough, I was talking to my husband a couple days ago, and I was telling him about how, like, yeah, man, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to sit at home, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, I'm the homebody. You should not be the homebody. I just looked at him. Who caused all this? Like, I'm like, please. But yeah, because now I get tired to go out, and I'm like,
wow.
like, literally an
Never
hour,
thought I
2
would
hours,
see
like,
this.
I'm genuinely exhausted. So now, even like when people are like, well, let's go, like, I remember like Chira was doing something and she invited me. I'm like, "Oh," I didn't go. Like, it's like like now to even leave my house, and it's not like I didn't like my house before, but I also like to go out because I get to experience things. But now I don't even want to experience. Like, I just want to sit in the house.
So that's not anybody's fault. That's you.
Okay, sure. If I had called you, if I had called them like, oh, let's go.
I tried though.
Yes, but it cannot.
So what do you mean we're all the same?
Because all of you are homebodies.
Aren't you among us now?
She
Now.
she has been
by
conditioned to be
association,
like
now.
that.
But it wasn't like that before, right? And because I think the thing that made it feel very lonely was obviously when we're in Winnipeg, I had like 5, 6 friends. Even if one is not ready or cannot, or is not able to, there will be one that is
Someone
able
will do
to,
you
right?
as
But
a
now it's like you don't have the option, right? Of like, it's like you have to just wait until
you take what you can get.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what it is now.
You're
So,
enjoying this too much.
then, like,
I'm enjoying it a little. I'm judging her.
so
That's fine.
that's what it is now. Because
You did not give me a chance to say no.
there were times though
What did you invite me to that I said no to?
you're like, oh, let's do it another, because again, we're scheduling and scheduling.
Oh, so you want it to be done with
No.
as you feel it like this? That
Is that
bullshit.
no? Okay, wait. See, like is that the thing? If you're like, oh, I feel like doing this today, and then you're not able.
I don't.
Okay,
Well,
so is it,
take pictures.
can you imagine? So it's the same thing. I think it's just like obviously just like knowing yourself a bit more
Yeah.
too, and just realizing. But yeah, have you made friends since you moved?
I have.
Ooh.
Yes.
You're better than some of us. But yeah, like, go off.
I'm so grateful, to be honest, to have found the people that I found here, and it helps. So it helps with the transition and the days that are like, man, I need to leave the house. Obviously, you can't always call the people that you obviously have met, so you have to do things by yourself.
Hello.
The doing things by yourself creates a new wholeness of like, okay, I get to experience life as myself and all. But yeah, I don't prefer it. To be honest, I
It's
do
nice
not
if it's a
prefer it.
choice.
I love having company. Company is like, I'm just that kind of person that actually enjoys my own
Nobody's an
company. Yes,
island.
but I would enjoy friends' company even
As
more.
well,
That's
yeah.
why I'm so glad you guys are here.
Yeah.
So.
I think
Yes.
I think when it's a choice, then okay. But when it's not a choice, when it's like, wait, well, you
This
just
is all you
gotta
have.
do
You have to
yes,
do what you
then
have to
it's
do.
harder. But when it's a choice, then you can be like, yeah, I don't want to go to, and that's what I'm talking about now. Where it's like, yes, I'm a homebody now, but it's like it's a choice now, because it's not like I cannot go out or I cannot call and be like, oh, let's go this. But it's like, do I really wanna? That kind of thing, right? Yeah. So I think it's nice when it's a choice, but when it's not, it's like, God, it's restricted. Have you made friends? Or are you making friends?
I am.
Okay.
Which is nice. Which is nice. I'm also trying to be more intentional about actually. I'm thinking like being intentional about meeting people or talking to people. I wanted to do that mostly because of my business.
Okay.
When I first came, so the first year, and I tried to go to one event by myself, and it was just like it was okay that like I
That
met
you went,
people
yeah.
and all of that stuff, but then it's not my comfort zone.
Yeah.
It would have been nicer if I knew someone that I went with, so I don't feel so
By yourself.
alone. Because networking events are very weird for me. Like I have a hard time. I'm not the most extroverted person, so I have a hard time going to like. Excuse me. I have a hard time going like, oh hey, my name is this and that, like trying to do that. So I go to an event and I sit there and kind of look around
and not really network
until an extrovert comes to network with me, which is very nice. But like beyond that, I'm trying to be intentional about meeting people, but in places where I'm a little bit more comfortable. So smaller groups or smaller, like I prefer having one-on-one conversations
than in a group.
There's a group of people, and it's like, okay, network. That's so overwhelming for me. Like I don't know how to do that. But also being more intentional about being open. So if someone invites me like, oh, let's go do coffee or let's do this, like I'm open about like
doing it,
meeting people and connecting with people, because I found that I was enjoying my own space bubble a little too much. And it's not bad, but I think it's important to build a
Because
community.
you
and all
can't
of
do
that
life
stuff.
by yourself.
You
Like,
can't
you
do
know,
life by yourself.
anything
That's
can
right.
come up that you would need somebody else, or
Mm.
you would need to call somebody, or you would need to, you
Not
know.
even just for companionship's sake. Even if I won't need to call you in particular, like it's nice to get to know other people. You get to learn other perspectives. So it's nice. I'm meeting new people, making friends. So I'm grateful for that. I have a question. So how intentional, or not even how intentional, are we supposed to be mindful of community? Like, is a community something you should consider before you move? Like, when you, if you have the choice to decide where you want to move, for instance, because people move for different reasons. So if you have a choice to decide where you're moving to, is knowing people there or having a community there one of the things that you must be like, okay, I want to move here because I don't know anybody, or I'll move here because I know some. What do you guys think?
For me, I think with moving, like what my husband and I did, we had like pros and cons, right? So it's a plus that we know people, but it's not like if we didn't know people, if there was more cons than pros, we would not have done it. So just because we knew people was not like the deciding factor. Like it was nice because like at least you are kind of not starting from scratch. But my first place I wanted to move to, the cons at that stage was more than the pros, but that's my first option, and that is still my first option. But so even though like it's the first option, I don't know anybody there, do I? Maybe one person, but then not really close, to be honest. That I'm like, that would be like, a plus for me. But that's still my first choice of where I want to move to. But like, you weigh the pros and cons, and you're like, as great as this is where I want to go, there's so many cons as to why this will not be a good or effective move at this time. I think one of the things to think about when you're moving is where you are at in that moment, right? Like, yes, you want to move, but if let's say someone doesn't have a job and they want to move, you want to move to the most expensive city. Is it wise to do that, even if there are many things? Like, I would like to move to BC. Like, the weather is great. They don't have all these crazy cold weathers that we do in other parts of Canada. But is it the wisest choice at that time when we're trying to build a family? Like, stuff like that. Okay, if there are certain things that I want to achieve in the next couple of years, will I be able to achieve it if I move to BC now? So I think those were more the thoughts process that we had than whether people were there or not, at least for me.
For me, I think I've always wanted to move here. Ever since I finished school, the thought of moving to Ottawa, I'm in Ottawa, by the way, in case I didn't say it. I've always wanted to do that. But at that moment, because once I finished school, like there are a lot of things that happened, career-wise and all that. So that opportunity didn't happen at that moment. But now that there was an opportunity with work, and then opportunity with just how my life is at the moment. So it was a good time to actually move. I didn't know anyone. Well, I know people here, but they're not as
close enough.
Yes. So that was never the factor for me. So whether I knew somebody, whether it was like a foreign place completely, because I moved to Canada, I didn't know anyone.
That's the word.
I didn't know anyone, but I got to know people and created a community for the past many years. So I was just like, okay, yes, it will be hard.
Yeah.
But that cannot stop me from
worth it too.
doing what I actually wanted to do. So yeah.
For you, was it a
no? We also did pros and cons.
Yeah.
What works, and then work too, because
oh yeah,
this is where
yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's that. So no, but I was just wondering, like, based on what we're talking about now and loneliness and things like that, like, should that be, if someone is thinking about moving right now, should that be something that they're thinking about? Like, should they think about, who's going to be there, who's not going to?
I think it has crossed my mind before. Obviously, like, you guys in the same city, and even I have family in Edmonton as well. Like,
So it would have been
it
a
wouldn't
bad
have been
idea
such
to
a
be move
far-fetched,
them.
like, yes,
Mm.
probably my I don't have like branches in Edmonton or anything like that, but if an opportunity had presented itself and all, my family is there, like it would have been
It would have been a
the
good-
logical,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm,
so
mhm.
almost
This
like
is
an
what you
easier,
wanted.
Yeah.
yes, so it would have been an easier option, but
And I think like with moving or starting over, like with things, is like realizing that things would not, that's the whole point of starting over, is the discomforts that would come with starting over. So it's like realizing that things may not, you know, gel. You're coming out of your comfort zone. So you
So
know
it
it's
will
going to
be-
be uncomfortable, right? And some things that maybe you didn't do or you haven't done the last 10 years, you have to intentionally do it. One of them is trying to meet people. I've not tried to meet people in the last 7, 8, 9 years. Now it's like I have to try. I have to talk to people. I have to put myself in that, because they're not going to come and find me because they don't even know that I'm here. So like, and it's very easy for you as a new person to be lost in a crowd of people,
because
right?
they already have
their own, yeah.
Yes, so it's you that have to like, hello, I'm
here.
here. Like, see
I have
me,
arrived.
see
Announce
me.
yourself.
Yes, that kind of thing, right? So I think that's something that like we have to also remember when you're starting something. Like, you cannot start something expecting that, or start something new and expecting that it will just be chilled or smooth, right? So, and that's where I guess pros and cons come in, where you're like, okay, is it worth it to? And sometimes even after you make that decision to move or to start something new, you don't realize how heavy the things that, like, so for example, the loneliness, I did not think of how bad it would feel until I did it. But I've come out of it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I won't have anybody.
It's just a
so,
thought.
yes.
I would agree as well, because it was just for more of a thought for me. It's like, I actually wouldn't know anyone. Like, it would be a bit, but you know what? It's
figure
okay.
it out.
I'll figure it out. And then
Then
once
you
you
get
get
here,
here,
you're like,
and then
"Oof."
it hits you hard. But then, like, obviously, there are good and bad days, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I can get on the call with you guys. I'm just like, guys, man, like, I need company right now. But there are also moments where you're like, it's nice to be alone. Like, it's like, let me do my own thing. Let me go for a movie, things like that. But yeah.
So I have a question. So how do you maintain or keep your community that you have formed? Because you've moved, yes.
Discard them.
Yeah, so how do you hold on to them? I guess, how do you still make sure that they're firm, or I don't know if the word is like, because like as you mentioned, people in Ottawa, but you guys are not close. Now you're close to us, but you don't want the closeness to end because one of the reasons why you're probably not close to the people that you know here is also proximity, because it's a reality, right? So how do you try to hold on to the closeness? I don't know if that's the word, or like the relationship that you don't want. So you want the relationship to keep going forward, not backward, right? So how do you, I guess, make that happen?
I think like any other relationship, intentionality, right? It's like being intentional, communication. These days, it's not like you have to write a letter and be like, dear so and so, I hope this letter finds you well. So we don't have to do that. You can get on a call, a quick video chat. Like right now, I feel like I have so much time in my hands because the routines that I used to have, I don't have them anymore. So it's like I have so much time. Even the fact that I feel lonely is because I have so much time.
You're not doing anything.
In my head, yes.
You're not busy.
I'm not as busy as I was. So I'm just like, okay, I also have time to actually reach out to people and just like communication, just talk to people, make sure that like you're thinking about let them know that you're thinking about them as well, right? Yes, it can be hard if sometimes it's one-sided as well.
Yeah,
it's like,
please let it not be.
Exactly. Yeah. But so for me, that's
I think I agree with you. Is intentionality, but also something else that crossed my mind is after, like, when you move, you can see what relationships were there because of proximity, or which ones were
genuine?
deeper,
Yes,
rather, because they
true.
might not be like, it's not like their relationships were not genuine,
Yeah.
but they were not as
They were
close
based
as
off
we
of
thought.
common
Like,
interest
because
or
you have,
something.
yeah. So when that common interest is now removed, you can see how
Dynamics.
how everything kind of shifts. And I think like some relationships, yeah, probably are not supposed to hold on to, like they were
They were
what they
good
were
for
for
Yeah.
that
time.
season,
Yes.
and then that's that. But then the other ones, you know, intentionality and all of that, like be intentional all around, but
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
like it's like relationships will change.
Yes,
It won't be the
yes,
same,
yes.
because
Yeah.
some things are based on
Where you guys
where
at.
you were,
Yes.
where you were at that time. So it just is what it is. It's not, you know.
Yeah, no, and yeah, I agree, because it's like I think about like how like maybe because, oh, we're in the same place, and then maybe when something happens I'll call you because you're right there, and then I have a friend that is on the other side of the world, and I don't call them about that same situation until like 2 weeks after or something, right? It's like, I guess also realizing that, okay, there's this person here that maybe needs to also be in my life, like, or like, I want in my life and needs to be involved in my life, and restructuring. So I have a friend of mine, like Naomi, like, so what we do is we will do like, I won't say every 3 months or every 6 months, or like at this point, whatever time we choose, and then we're on a call for like a long time, almost like talking about all the things that has happened in the last, because we don't get to, time difference is also a factor, right? Like depending on where you are at. So time difference for us is like 7-8 hours. So it also makes it hard to be able to talk at the same time all the time. So we can obviously we'll check up on each other, message, send memes, all those regular stuff. But when it's like, oh, okay, I need to catch you up on my life, that kind of thing. And then we try not to make it too long, because sometimes there's so much things to catch up on. But we'll do that and be like, oh yeah, so this happened, that happened, da, 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 da. What did you do with this situation? That kind of thing. And then obviously if there's something that is like, I need help, this moment is happening. If I call, she doesn't pick, I'll send a message, knowing that I know that I will get a response. So it's just realizing that, like, I guess not leaving people out, like your people out, right? In some way, because I can understand how I would feel if we're friends, and then maybe this other friend, I'm like, oh yeah, she got a car.
Maybe.
I didn't know. I didn't know she bought car. Just something like that, right? Like, I guess, and then that will also help like both parties to know that, okay, just because this person knew first or second or whatever, it's not like I don't want you to know. It's just like our schedule is now like this. I don't know. I think I'm very regimented in like the way I do things, because now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, yeah, because like I literally have like schedule. I'm like, okay, this person I call once a week. This person I do like that kind of thing. So because if I don't do it like that, I will forget you.
So where's my regiment? Like where?
We
where
talk every day. Jesus Christ! Like, what's this game talking about?
I'm kidding.
But yeah, so that's the way I and then the other thing I'm learning now is, because when you're talking about proximity, right? We're all going to the same church, so we see all the time. But now it's like I have to remember to,
because you'll be like, if I don't see her,
I'll see her on Sunday.
Yes. But now you have to pick up that phone and be like, how are you? What's going on with you and all of that. So I think it's just how like dynamics change. But yeah.
And it's so weird because like sometimes you say about how we often communicate. Like our communication can be like, yo, I sent you something on Instagram, check it out. Like, it's like, I know you're good. I know, like, I know if you need maybe something, you would also communicate, even if sometimes we don't really, but
like, I agree.
Like,
we do a lot of memes and actually communication. I agree. And then we can be talking one on Instagram here, one on iMessage, one on like different things at the same time as well. But yes.
But okay, I have a question though. Like, so for example, now you mentioned that, somebody bought a car and then you didn't even know. But okay, so like you have, so for example, Naomi, like you have that moment where you like communicate about like three months worth of
gist,
and they got a car within that 3 months. Would you want them to have texted you, I got a car, and then once now you guys catch up, then you will talk about like, okay, how was it? How did you feel? Blah blah blah.
I think it depends. Like, I guess using a car was probably not the best example.
No, it's just an example. Yeah.
I think it would depend on what the thing is, because like you have to realize that the 3 months before we spoke, she had already told me that she was planning to get a car. Like, I would have known.
Okay.
So do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because I did not know the day she bought it, oh, that car we spoke about, I've already gotten it. So it's not like I'm oblivious to the things that are happening in her life. I may not know it. Like, so, like as I said, the 3 months before, yes, so I'm planning to buy a car, man. I really need a car. So now if she tells me 3 months after or whatever, like, oh, I bought that car that we talked about, I'm not going to be like, why didn't you tell me the day you bought it? Like, if she sends me a message about it and tells me, that's fine. Like, it's not like I'll be like, oh, don't tell me. Because there are things that there are times even with Naomi, like I'll just drop, this is what has happened, and I've gone about my day, right? Because I almost feel like I need to tell her right away for different reasons. There are times when I'm like, I need you to pray with me. I need you to pray on this thing, like carry this thing to God or whatever, right? So I drop it at that moment, because 3 months after, like, we need the answer before the 3 months. Like, so I think it would depend on what it is. And I think it's also like the relationship you have with the individual, right? I know some people might feel a type of way that, why didn't I know, I don't know, at the time it happened, or why didn't I know before this person? First, there's no rivalry in friendship. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's no, like, because I feel like that's something that happens with female friendships as well. It's like there's some sort of rivalry where it's like, why did you tell her first? You didn't tell me first. Who cares who knows first? At least you know. Like, there's some people that don't know. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, so I think it's also like maybe changing like mindsets or like your thought process, right, in like how you also view your friendship. And if it's that big of a problem for you, like, tell them. Like, it's not like, some people want to still be the first to know, like, okay, like, I don't know if I'm carrying trophy for it, but that's fine. But if you feel the need that you want to be the first to know, you can at least tell them.
Being left out sometimes,
yes, I agree. Because sometimes you feel like, especially with what you were saying, like, we're in the same city. We're in the same city, this babe, I don't used to see her. So trust me. Trust me. You know what? Do you know how we are now? What we're doing in Winnipeg, we see in church. That's it. That's it right here.
That's not true.
Exposed.
For the most part.
Wait.
For the most part.
That is not true. Okay, so what do you want? Do you want us to meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
No, I'm not saying meet Monday, Tuesday,
so
Wednesday.
What do you really
but
want?
we gotta meet more often.
What's more often?
You can figure that out.
Our viewers, please.
I also feel like, and I don't know, like, again, I understand, like, it's hard to, like, okay, and I don't know if you guys remember when I was talking about, like, one of the things, like, I'm glad that we came on this girls trip, and I hope we make it a yearly thing.
Oh, that would be nice.
And then, maybe not all the one next time.
Okay,
but like,
it doesn't have to.
but it would be nice to have some sort of schedule.
Yeah.
So it's not like, again, it does not have to be Monday, Tuesday here. So not that. But if I know that, I'm going to see Teddy in 2 months, or let's say we see every 2 months. Let's, like, just giving an example. Then it's like, I know that there's a schedule that we're working with. I don't know if that makes sense. So, because we can talk on the phone from now till next week. But there's some things that will not come up, or some things that will not show up until you look into my eyes, and then we're bawling tears, and then like all of the words. I don't know, and it's just more fun.
But the spontaneous part of it as well. Like, how do you feel about that? Like,
I go like, hey, let's go for wings.
Yeah, like just being spontaneous. Like,
you see, this is like,
okay, because
you are planning. Like right now, the way you actually did.
Yes.
Like,
did I not say 2 months before?
Okay, wait,
that's the thing. Like,
exactly. Some of us don't think like that.
So I just want to call them, let's go for wings.
Yes.
Okay, but wait.
And then
if I call you and say let's go for wings, just randomly,
I might be able to. You
might.
haven't tried.
Okay. You know what, guys? I will give feedback on this.
Please, put your comments. Tell us what you guys think is right.
But and that's the thing. I can't be like, oh, do you want to go for this to Dami, like, spontaneously,
right?
Because
that's why I asked her, like,
it's
so
already like
spontaneous.
I have
part of it. Exactly. So
okay, but like, okay, we can have some flexibility. In a way.
Okay.
No, in a way.
Okay.
There still has to be, like, think about it. Like, even if I'm going to ask you, like, oh, let's do this randomly, I still have to think about, like, maybe from our last conversations, we should be in a place to do. Like I cannot.
And I think that too.
Yes, do you get what I
look
mean?
at see
Yeah, so-
random things like looking at the weather because she
That-
will not get on the highway.
Right.
She will not drive if it's
Right.
snowing. So it's like, okay, I
That's how
want to
your
do
friend knows
something.
you too well.
You
right?
know what?
So
We've
she
been in
I
Edmonton- we've been in Edmonton 2 years. There'll be summers. Like we might talk about
There's been
winter.
summers.
No, it's like so much. She's like, if I have to get on the highway,
Yeah, but you know what? I don't mind. Even if I don't drive,
As
I
my
can take
husband.
an Uber. Yes,
Oh,
like
okay.
do you get?
Yeah.
Like leave the
it was easier when we were neighbors.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
easier.
yeah,
Yes,
because
yes.
just
I
like
could
those-
pick
It's-
her up.
yeah, because it was
So now
close.
it's like I can't
Come
come
all
and then
the way and then
she's like,
yes.
nah, I can't drive if it's snowing. Or I can't
Yes.
drive to get on the
I
highway.
can get my husband
Um,
to take
hello?
me, or I can take an Uber. Like we have Uber now. Like try me,
Babe.
try me and see.
Oh, taste.
Yeah, all taste. Like I don't know. Like I think also even as adults, right? It's hard. Spontaneity is harder to do, right? Because
Yeah,
life is
that's
life.
true.
You call me and I'm like, oh, let's go for wings. So these wings, man. We gotta
It's
do
a good
wings.
example.
It's just an
I know.
easy example.
It's like, oh,
To be
let's go for
honest,
wings.
yeah.
But you're like, I right now, like, I have 1,000 things I'm doing. I cannot
Yeah.
go for wings. And
Mhm.
like, okay, that's why there's like that's why I said because it's easier when things are on the calendar than spontaneity. Like if the spontaneity even happens once in a while, I'm sure like, it's not the end of the world. Like if it happens, right? But at least having some structure first. Okay, how about there's some structure? Then we can talk about spontaneity. Leave the weather out of it.
See, these are we've moved away from even starting over.
We're back in the friendship.
Right.
We're back in the friendship series at this point.
These are the issues.
Oh my God.
You see how relationships go through a lot
Yeah.
of things.
They do.
Because
Mm.
people are different.
Yeah.
As you can tell, our
Mm.
friend here is very much an organizer.
ABC.
Some of us we
You
don't
organize
do
on
that
the fly.
yet. Like
Vibes
on the
and
fly,
issues.
as it goes, we'll figure it out. There's some things that's like, yes, it's good to have a
Plan.
because it makes life easier, yes.
Yeah.
But like your own level of being organized is a bit more intense.
Is the word. Intense is the word.
Intense. Than
So why
the
can't
rest
you
of us.
be spontaneous on the planned day?
Let's move on because we're unpacking things that we're not starting over. That's what we were talking about.
that's it. But yeah, I don't even know where we start. But you know what, guys? Yeah, starting over is great, guys.
It is.
It is. Like I think it was probably one of
Take
the
the
best.
chance.
Take it. So
Try it
Don't,
sometime.
don't overthink it.
It's a good
Uh,
thing.
It will work out.
Think about it or like
Mhm.
pray about it.
Mhm.
Live by God, but like don't be afraid. God will always bring you people.
yeah.
And you too be the person that people will be happy that you were brought into.
Honestly.
They were brought to you.
True, true,
Mhm.
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always like it's great and yeah. Anyway, thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Faith.
Thank you
for
so
being
much. Thank you
here.
guys for having me. It was a pleasure. Have me again, please. Okay.
Come to Edmonton. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.